Hey guys, it's Niklas here from upgradelife.com, and in this video I want to share with you my key learnings from 2020 that I had regarding to manifestation, life and business. So in 2020 my life definitely changed. I would say 2020 was one of the most transformative years that I personally went through. I came across so many new teachings and life changes, and I just thought, why not put them in one video so that you can also benefit from them. So before I share with you all of those key learnings that I had, I want you make sure to click the like button and also subscribe to my channel, just so that YouTube knows that you're interested in that and that YouTube shares that also with other people that are not into all of those teachings right now. And if you haven't yet, you can check out my free masterclass. The link for that is in the description down below. In there, I share some really profound teachings, so make sure you check it out when this video is over. So with that, let's jump into the video. Now, let's start out with my key learnings from 2020 regarding the topic of manifestation, right? So that's a huge topic, and the whole internet is full of it, right? You see 1,000 YouTube channels, you see 1,000 articles, podcasts, forums full of people sharing their insights. So it's really huge, and I think it's growing more and more, which is awesome actually, because more and more people realize that they are responsible for how their life unfolds and they can create their own destiny. But I do not agree with some teachings, and I see that some things are misleading people and they really struggle with applying manifestation, right? So let's jump into what I have learned. So the first thing is that the typical law of attraction is getting a mainstream thing, and it's often used for marketing purposes without really getting people the results they intend for. So this may seem harsh for some people of you that are coming from the law of attraction, or that are even law of attraction coaches, or if you see the law of attraction as the holy grail, right? But in my opinion, this thing is getting hyped up too much. So I personally stopped using it. I do not identify myself with the law of attraction. I came across it in the beginning when I started out on my whole journey with knowing that I'm the operant power of my life. And then I obviously first came across the law of attraction because, again, it is well known, it is more popular than other laws. So obviously I tried it, right? I tried raising my vibration, shifting my frequency, all those stuff, right? And even, it's silly to say it, but even scripting things in a specific number of times, right? 5 times, 55 times, or where you have this one cup of water where it says your old life and then this new cup, and then you put them together. I tried this shit. Had I had results? Not at all. That's the thing, right? And that's why I think some people getting misleaded. Yes, there are some things out there that may help, but the core, is it really helping people? Ask people that apply the law of attraction, right, that raise their vibration or things like that, if they get specific desires, or if they reach specific goals, or if they just feel happy or even force themselves to be happy, which in my opinion I see a lot of people do, but they still do not get far in life, right? They still not really are happy even with themselves or feel worthy, but they just jump from one technique to the next, to the next, to the next. So in my opinion, right, that's just my subjective point of view, is that this whole law of attraction thing is messing with a lot of people, and it's not really what you should apply when you want to dive a little bit deeper, or when you at least want to have results that you can count on. Now, the second thing that I learn about manifestation, so to say, is that it is not a woo-woo thing or any witchy crazy stuff. It is about making something tangible or visible for your senses that's currently in your imagination, right? That is the explanation of what manifestation is. It is when you make something that you cannot touch or see with your human senses visible, when you manifest it, right? When it is there. And I do not talk about things where you just snip your finger and then in front of you is a Lamborghini, but you know what I mean. Well, when you through a bridge of incidents, through some chains that need to happen, you get your goals, you achieve your goals and your desires. So in the very beginning, again, in my journey when I started out, I saw this whole manifestation as a very crazy thing and that only some people can use, and that's really weird, and you may need to be born this way that you can apply it, right? But then I realized when I went through my journey until this point right now, is that it is like a normal thing that everyone does. Like, we manifest all the time. You cannot pause it. You manifest your whole life, whether you want it or not. But we come to this point later where I tell you that it's very important for you to take full responsibility for your life. So when I then realized this, things just became more carefree, more fun, because I said, okay, I manifest all the time. Why not just create a life for myself, or like consciously manifest a life for myself that I actually enjoy more, right? And I'm not saying that I have a perfect life, right? It is obviously way more better than before, but it will also get better in the next couple of months and years and in the long run, because right now I know all of the stuff. So the next thing for me is that the law of assumption is not the same as the law of attraction that we spoke about in the beginning, right? The law of assumption in my eyes is very easy testable, and no effort is required to apply it. There is no effort. There is no special technique. You do not need to affirm 1,000 times. You do not need to visualize 1,000 times. No, you can just intend for things and look what happens in your life. Right? That's for very beginners. So if you're on the stage, then just start out. Right? Just assume things. Just affirm things. I do this every day, and I see kind of small manifestations every day, right? But I do not declare them any longer as, oh my God, I manifested something. No, that's just like a lifestyle. It's just normal when you are able to apply all of this stuff, right? And you are able to apply it because you do it all your life, but now you should apply it consciously. And the last thing about manifesting is that consciously using your imagination to manifest your goals works 100%. And the law of assumption literally never fails, because, like I said before, you apply it your whole life. You may think it fails because you see that your life is not the way you want it to, and then you say, that was not me, it happened because of this person, and you then blame yourself, or you give your power away to outside things without realizing that it's all because of you, because you use this all the time, 24/7. And again, when you consciously learn how to use your imagination to impress the subconscious mind, then again, it is inevitable that you will see changes in your life, that you will see your goals manifest in front of you, and that you achieve your goals and desires, right? So just start out. That's really the most important message in this whole video, actually, that I would like to bring across, which is start with starting. Because in my journey, I spent a lot of time, months after month, just listening and learning. And then I thought, I need to figure out this thing, then I need to read this book. But actually, I already knew how it works. I just didn't apply it because I had some fear that it won't work. I had some doubts, what if I don't get this thing, and things like that. But when I actually started, I saw changes in my life. I saw that I felt more worthy, and that my internal world completely shifted. And that's the main goal. So let's jump into my key learnings about life in general, right? So those were my learnings about manifestation. And again, just brief key learnings. Obviously there's way more, because I spent a full year just learning, applying, seeing how others do it, ask my community, and really just got this information. So this was just a summary of what came to my mind when I made this presentation. There's obviously way more to it, but that's just it for this video. Let's talk about my learnings about life. So the first thing is that how life and this universe works is not what we learn in school or from society. And that's just the harsh truth. I mean, when I look back right now into my school years when I was in school, I mean, okay, I learned some of math things, I learned some of language things, and some of having connections with other people, because obviously you got a lot of friends during the school time, but actually that's it, right? But I didn't learn how to use my imagination. I didn't learn how to build a business. I didn't learn how to that life is a mirror reflecting back your internal state and things like that, right? Those are just things that you learn after school in the basically real life, so to say, right? When you really just see, oh, okay, what's now? And then you learn things on your own, and then you see, oh, actually things are not the way that I learned them in school or from the society. And when society says, oh, you should do this, then in 99.9% of the cases, you should run away and do the complete opposite. Because society tells you to go to school, then like go to college, and then have a job, have a family, have a house, that's it. And for some people, that's just perfect. And I do not say that this is like a wrong way. But in my generation, or specifically for me, that's not the way I want to live. Some parts of it, yes, but I do not want to have a normal job, right? I do not want to, I want to have my own thing going on, help other people, share my insights, share my teachings, and help others also achieve the life that they want. And how is this possible in a normal everyday job, right? It's not. So then you need to learn how to actually do all of those things on your own. Now, the second thing that I learned is really that life is truly a game. I do not say this for fun. Life is a game. And you can either play the victim, or you can choose and make the decision that you are the operant power. So not just the player not just the character in the game, but the player of this whole game, right? Including this character which you relate to. So even Neville talked about that life is a game, and he also gave certain rules. I will make soon a separate YouTube video about life is a game, where I talk about those rules that he gave so that we successfully, so to say, play this game. And also I realized that when you approach life as a game and you see it as a game, it really becomes more enjoyable and just more like there's not so much tense, you're more carefree, things start to just happen more on a consistent basis and more automatically without you worrying. Right? And whenever you want to achieve the next stage in your life, then you're not stuck because you see it as a game. You see that this stage is already there. You can imagine yourself into this next level, into this new version of yourself. And then when you start to assume it and step into this new version, therefore you will then experience the next level, right? But as long as you stay attached to this ego, to the mind and body, to this small identity, so to say, then you will always feel that you battle against something, right? But when you have this bigger perspective and you see that you are aware of this whole game, right? And you're not, you do not identify yourself with negative thoughts, worries, doubts, fears, things like that, then they move away very quickly. And that's a big thing that I learned 2020. So the next thing is that you are 100% without any single doubt, 100% responsible for your life. It's not about your parents, not about your friends, not your partners, not society, not the government, not anyone else besides you. And that's not an easy pill to swallow for some people, because they then think, oh, like I have all this responsibility, I do not want to do this. And then they still blame others, or they still search for other causations for their life experience other than their own state of being. And that's when they start to have issues in their life, right? You need to accept when you want to play this game and when you have success in your life, when you want to live the life that you want, including your goals and desires and everything you want to achieve, then you need to accept that you are in full responsibility. I am not responsible for your life, not this YouTube video, not this coach, you, right? And you need to accept that in order for you to really make progress. Many people keep themselves small and just stay stuck because they do not accept this. And when you just accept it, you know, okay, I'm responsible for where I am right now. I'm responsible for what happened, and you will also be responsible for how your life unfolds. So claim this responsibility and take advantage of it, because you can create the life that you want. In some cases, this sounds like a marketing thing, like you can manifest everything and you can create the life that you want. But on a deeper level, this really is true. So let's jump to the next thing, which is how you do one thing is how you do everything. That's you can see it like a principle or a concept. And when I first heard it, I was a little bit skeptical, but when I really looked into my life, I saw tremendous proof of that. For example, when my room was completely messy and clothes lay around and just other stuff lay around, and my desk was messy. Also, my desktop on my screen on my laptop was messy. And also my mind was messed up and I didn't know, what to do next, jump from this thing to this to this to that, and everything was just messed up. But when I cleaned up everything, like my whole life basically, right, my room, my apartment, like this room where I'm in, like my desktop and just everything, it sounds silly or maybe even funny, but also my mind started to clear out because all of those distractions were poof, gone. That's just one example, but just ask yourself, right? Another good example is your reactions. So when you find yourself reacting to a lot of things in your life over and over again, then you are also maybe reacting to when you see the opposite of your desire, when you see that your desire is not here yet and you still keep looking for it, when does it manifest? So then you are also reacting, right? And you see, I react in this area of my life and also in this and this and that. And then you see, I'm always reacting, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So do not overcomplicate this principle, but really just look into your life and see if this is also true for you. Let me know down in the comments below if you saw proof of that in your life. So the next thing, and I also touched base on that, is that your world is a mirror of your internal state and you cannot pause or escape it. But you cannot just click pause and say, now I want this world to stop mirroring back my internal state. No, right? It always does this. Who you conceive yourself to be, what you believe to be true about yourself, how life works, and how you just view the world, that is exactly how you will see it. Because it always mirrors back to you again, your internal state. Right? Many people, they struggle with that because they try to change things on the outside and try to do this, do this, do this, do that, without first changing the causation, which is within themselves. And when they would do this, they would see that the mirror, in a very harmonious way and very free-flowing and carefree, would also change, maybe with a small delay, but eventually it will change because it has no choice to, right? It always mirrors back who you are. And the last thing is that your standards are what define you, right? You become what you accept to be true, and even Neville said that, right? We become whatever we accept to be true about ourselves. So when you have low standards, and the best example is with money, right? When your standard is, okay, like I make 1K per month, $1,000 or euro per month, and that's your standard, then you may have the desire to make to double it, to make 2K or to make 5K, 10K, whatever it is, right? But when you do not change the standard, then you will always come back to the standard, no matter how hard you try to change things externally and do a lot of action and try this course, do this, do this, do that. You first need to raise your standards, not your vibration, to raise your standards, and therefore also your, the beliefs about yourselves, your capabilities, that what you believe that you're capable of achieving will also raise, and therefore you will see also different results externally, right? But as long as you do not change the standard, you will stay your standard. So that's why your standards are what defines you. Basically, your self-concept, right? Your standards is the same as your self-concept. So you need to change that before you change anything else in your life. Now, those were my key learnings about life in general. And let's talk about business. So some of you, for some of you this resonates, for some of you this does not resonate, because there are people out there that I know that watch my content that have their own business, or there are people that want to build their own business or do something on their own, be self-employed, and then that's perfect for you. If not, then that's just listen also to it, because you can learn from it if you want to do this maybe in the future. So one thing I learned in business is, and that has something to do with this mirror thing, is that life problems reflect in the business. And I can 100% prove this right. Before I did what I do now, when I was in the startup, I had a lot of personal issues, like in my relationships, also my finances and my health. And because I was stressed up and tense, and I always was worried about me, my mind was not really clear, and I always saw problems occur in my business more and more and more, until it finally just, so to say, exploded, and I left the startup because I could not identify with it any longer. So that's really true. When your personal life is messed up, then it's very difficult to have a clean and awesome business. Now, lions don't care about the opinion of sheep. that just has something to do with being bold. It also relates to manifesting, actually, but also in business, right? When you listen to everyone out there, what everyone says, like this person says, oh, you need to do this. Then another person says, oh, no, you need to approach this business like this way. Then you will just be torn around and you will not stay on your course. So when you know what you want, when you set the goal, when you set an intention, when you know this is how I want my life to be, I have this desire, I have this goal, then you should not care about so much what others are saying, right? Or what's their opinion on your business or on your journey. It's you. So don't care so much about others. It sounds harsh, but it's really true when you want to have success. And please don't get me wrong, right? I know fully that we are all one. It's not like, obviously I know it and it's very true, but still when you want to have success, only because like your friend or your family member of you says, oh, like, do you really think this is a bad idea? You should not like listen to them, right? They just want the best for you. They just want to keep you safe in your comfort zone. But at this stage, you need to very lovingly say, you know what? I love you. I know you just want the best for me, but I need to do my thing. So another thing is no shiny objects. Focus on one thing. So that is when you are like distracted from a lot of things out there, right? You can also relate this to manifesting, right? When you do this technique, then you see this, then you try this, then you jump on the Reddit forum and see, oh, like this person posted a success story. They get their desires faster than me. I do something wrong, and then you mess everything up. And the same with business, right? When you always think like you need to try the next strategy or this or this or that, then you will always just mess things up, right? Keep mastering the basics and focus on them and focus on one thing. Next thing is that you should be result orientated and not process orientated, because it's always about the end result. Same with manifesting, right? The end result is that what you want, whether this is like a better job, better health, a better thing with your career, your own business, a partner, a specific partner. It really does not matter. It is about the end result that you want in your life. But the way is something that many people worry about, or they struggle to just accept that they really cannot control the whole way, because things just unfold based on your internal state and based on the goals you set and your marginal activities, right? But in between, you will be just moved. Like I just said, master the basics, right? Master the basics. Do not focus on this, and that. Master the core fundamental things of life, of manifesting, and of business, and you will see that things happen way more quicker and more easier. And when you have a business, then focus on solving problems. Do not focus on how can you get the most out of it, how can you like sound better to others or improve your profile picture. I mean, that's awesome, but really focus on solving people's problems, because that's what all big companies do. I mean, look at Apple. I mean, those are like just big examples, but it's really true. Look at all companies that are successful. They all solve problems. They all focused on a niche or on people that need help, and they really became the best at solving their problem, and therefore they are very successful. And the same is what you should do when you have a business or want to grow it. And the last thing is be the client that you want to attract. So I want to give you an example, right? When I first started out, I was holding back to invest in a mentor or in a coaching program because I thought, oh no, I can do this on my own. I do not need any help. And then when I started my business, I was like, okay, so why would someone come to me when they also can figure it out on themselves? Why would a person come into my coaching program or to my business when they can also figure it out on themselves? And then some self-doubts and worries started to occur. But then I realized, wait a second, no, I want people to invest in themselves actually, and also in joining my business. So I also need to do this when I want to have success. And then in 2020, I invested a lot of money, thousands of euros, in other coaching programs and mentors, in one-on-one sessions, in very, very different things. But I invested a lot of money in them, and then I felt more comfortable in also charging people money for my services, right? So that's very important. So yes, guys, those were in short my key learnings that I had in 2020. Again, there are obviously way more things, but When I would tell all of them, then this video would be like 5 hours long. So right now, like I said in the beginning, definitely make sure you check out my free masterclass. And if you want to work together with me, then also you will find a link in the description where you can schedule a 45-minute free consultation call with me. That's not essential a coaching call, it's just a consultation to figure out what you are currently like doing and maybe doing wrong, how you can fix this, and if we are a good fit working together. And then if yes, we can see if you can join the Upgrade to Life Experience program. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Share everything or anything that you want to let me know in the comments down below. I love chatting with you there. I will talk to you in the next video. See you guys. Bye.